Secretary of State, thanks very much for being with us. We just pick up on that, first of all.
Sure.
You managed to get another deportation flight off, but as you've done so, more boats are coming across the channel.
That's right. I mean, we're ramping up this pilot programme that we have. After 14 years, we inherited a totally shambolic, dysfunctional system that was out of control. It has taken time to get a grip on it. But this is one part of our strategy that we have. We have already increased the processing of asylum seekers by a third. We have made sure that those people who are not eligible to be here, those returns have increased also. And this is another part of that programme. We do need a deterrent. The biggest deterrent that we can have is a well-functioning, swift system, and for people to realise if they come here and they don't have the right to remain, they will be returned.
Well, look, this policy has been talked about in place now for at least a week, with 2 flights getting off, but yet boats are coming in, so there's no deterrent at all. They know that it's happening and they're still coming across.
We are just ramping it up. You know, we know that these things take time. We've never pretended this situation could be tackled overnight.
It's a pilot scheme, and you know that it's going to run out in a year's time, and this has been oft talked about. The Home Secretary, former Home Secretary, was sitting right there where you are earlier this summer, telling me all about it.
That's right, but it is a pilot scheme. This is something that this is a government that is trying everything we can to get a grip on it. You can see Shabana Mahmood in the days that she's been Home Secretary. She has been testing the law. She has been extending what is possible, what people thought was previously possible. The previous government promised year after year, and 3 pieces of legislation and so many broken promises, they didn't get a single person deported that they didn't have to bribe to leave the country in the first place. These are people now that we're using within the law. We are having new systems, new agreements, negotiated in a functional way that is set for the future. This is not something where we're going to be shambolic and it's going to fall apart. We are taking these steps forward, and these are steps for which we will build on. Okay. This is how we do things. It will be the deterrent that we need, but also it will be a functional system that the country is crying out for. We understand how big an issue this is. We know that people need a government that will get a grip on these issues, and that is what they're having with us.
Well, the President of the United States has some advice for you, doesn't he? It's all over the front pages. Send in the military. Is that something you're minded to do?
Well, we've already set up border force. We already have
go further.
We have a force on the ground which is dealing with this, and we also have the Navy, which is accessible to border force when they need it. So we do have actually military operations there that can be brought to bear when we need it. What is really going to make the difference here is a functional system that actually people understand that if they come here, they don't have the right to remain here, they will be removed. And we're taking those tentative steps in that direction, and we will build upon it.
The scheme's in place. 2 people have been deported as part of it. 4 boats are coming across right now. What does it take for the military to get involved if that's what the government wants them to do?
Well, we have a system in place which we have only just designed, only just deployed, and we are testing that system, and it is a pilot that we will build on.
OK, so you could start sending the Navy to block boats?
I tell you what, there is nothing that is off the table for us to get a grip on this system. But what we are doing now is a system actually which is designing and is working, and we are building upon it.
OK. I mean, many would be concerned that the Navy could be getting involved to stop boats from coming across. We've seen the dangers that has brought in other parts of the world where military has been involved stopping boats coming.
Well, as you can see, we are using all the means at our disposal. We want the military to be out there defending our country as they are doing day in, day out, and keeping us safe. These are things we want them to be focused on, and we want an asylum system and a migration system that is functional in its own right. It is not the best use of the military, having them there doing things that actually that we should have other parts of government that are there to solve those challenges. That is what the Home Office is doing. Okay. We are getting a grip on it. The pilot is working because we are having people being returned. Word about that will start spreading, and it is just one part of the system that we are rebuilding because we inherited a system that was totally out of control.
You hope it starts spreading. I mean, my point to you is that it probably has spread and it hasn't been deterrent, so we'll see what happens in the coming weeks. Is it useful to get that kind of advice, by the way, from the President to send in the military to stop the boats?
It's part of a healthy relationship that we have between the United States and the UK. It is frank. We speak in public about the issues that sometimes we disagree on. There are other issues that the President disagrees that we're doing. There are issues that he does that we disagree with. But ultimately, we've struck a deal that has brought £250 billion worth of commercial opportunities for British and American businesses to do business that they didn't before. This is a really great functional system that we are renewing the special relationship for the age that we're living in. And that is what I think people are really, really benefiting from right around the United Kingdom.
A lot of money. How many jobs are going to be created by this?
Many thousands of jobs will be created from this.
7,600.
Many thousands, many thousands. That's 1,000 jobs in Belfast. It's hundreds of jobs in Edinburgh, hundreds of jobs in Manchester. What you're seeing is the opportunity for two nations to start increasing its trade together, and you have a government here which is straining to make sure that people around the United Kingdom benefit from it. This isn't a deal that's just shoveling money into the City of London. This is a deal because of the way we negotiated it that is benefiting parts of the country right outside. In Newcastle, hundreds of jobs being created and billions of pounds going in the northeast when it comes to increased data investment in data infrastructure. This is because of the choices that we are making as a government.
I take that. It might be inadequate. You know how many jobs have been lost over the past year? 182,000.
But also we have an economy which is also generating jobs and is in transition. You know, we have got an economy...
To make up that shortfall?
We have an economy that is in transition, and we are transitioning towards the high-growth areas of the future. If you look at those sectors, space, automation, AI, all these new technologies that are coming through, drone technology, Britain is leading in all these areas. And don't forget the life sciences and pharmaceutical sectors. These are really important sectors which are growing, have huge potential for creating jobs, creating wealth, allowing people to set businesses up right around the country. These are the areas that we as a government are creating opportunities in. The nuclear cooperation that we announced in the last couple of days between the two countries. New nuclear power stations, yes, but also these new technologies for new small non-modular reactors. We are partnering with Rolls-Royce. These are the sorts of opportunities that we are creating all around the UK as a result of this state visit.
Yep.
So this is a good pivotal moment for us. Not the end of the line, something we are building upon going forward.
A couple of questions, yes or no's, if we can. We don't have loads of time.
Depends on the questions.
I knew you'd chuckle about that one. All right, the digital services tax. You know how upset the Americans are about that. Our own Mark Stone put that question to, I think, Jamie Grierson, if I'm right, if not Scott Bessent, someone in the Trump Treasury Department, who basically no commented it because they don't want it to exist. Are we going to change it?
There's no plans to change it.
No plans. That was a no. Online Safety Act, is that staying in place as it is, as it's written? Any watering down of the Employment Rights Bill?
No.
None at all. That was perfect. 3 very clear answers to questions, and I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting you to...
Does that mean you can invite me back more often?
No, I don't think so. That necessarily happens in that way. I'm only joking with you, Secretary of State. Look, you say that this has been a good deal. Did we really get everything that we wanted? I mean, the tariffs are staying in the same place. We've had the President telling us what to do in the Channel. Some people seeing, you know, Keir Starmer there being patted on the back by President Trump as really being, you know, second-class leader towards him.
Oh, my goodness. I was there yesterday.
You were. I want to hear your
the
sense
body
of
language
it.
between them was amazing. Just look at what was delivered for Britain yesterday. $250 billion worth of commercial opportunities between the two countries. And when you say the tariffs are staying the same, we've got the best tariff deal in the entire world. We're the first country to get a deal. We're the country that's got the best deal. And when it comes to things like steel, where we want to carry on having the conversation with, and we will carry on having the conversation with America into the future, we have a 25% tariff. The rest of the world has a 50% tariff. That is a 25% opportunity. And that's when the steel sector themselves say that Britain, that this government is working really hard to get the deal, and they recognise that. You can see a government that is using all of the statecraft, all of the skills that we have. I was appointed less than 2 weeks ago to this job of business and trade. The very next day I was on the plane to Washington nailing down this deal. Straight afterwards I was on the plane to China to start for the first trade talks in 7 years, coming back and legislating on the workers' rights bill that you mentioned the other day. So you can see that this is a government and myself are throwing ourselves into the opportunities that we have right around the world, and it is delivering for people around the country. You're
working hard. Look, you make that point. One area...
Working hard and delivering. Okay. Not working hard and not delivering. That's the key thing.
It's important to deliver. There was one area of disagreement, at least, that was mentioned in that news conference yesterday, and that's about this government's decision to recognise Palestine as a state, coming today, potentially, if not over the weekend. What kind of ruptures is that going to cause, and how viable is it when it's not entirely clear to anyone what we are recognising when we come to that point?
Indeed. There were several areas of disagreement. You saw a press conference for an hour yesterday. Don't forget, this state visit went on for 2 days. It wasn't just 1 hour of the press conference. And it is delivered right across the board for our economy and jobs and opportunities. There are also areas of disagreement. And you can see that with Donald Trump, who is a big character, he's a disruptive character, he's an unconventional president by the standards that have gone before him. These are things that we have seen opportunity in. And you've seen Keir Starmer building a relationship with the president that is a genuine relationship. And I think you can see that when you see the two of them together. I certainly saw it when I was there at Chequers yesterday. But when it comes to areas that we do disagree with, and we're very open and upfront about that when it comes to recognising the Palestinian state, we have never said at any point that just the act of recognition will solve the problems that are faced in the region. What it will lead to is a more conventional relationship between Britain and Palestine. And these things that you mentioned, they will have to be negotiated as things unfold into the future.
After the recognition, we're going to start working out what we are
It will be part of the process for recognition. We'll be ironing out these issues. We realise that this is not going to be like any other situation that's gone before. But this is something that we've held off on for a very long time. And had Israel played its part in engaging with Britain and other nations in the way that this conflict has unfolded, then I think that Israel would have been more, of course, involved in the decision that we've taken. That was what we aspired to. It's what we strained at the bit to deliver. But we had to take this step unilaterally simply because that opportunity wasn't there because of the way the decisions that were made by Israel itself.
I'm told you have to go, but last question. You heard Trump on the plane home saying that Mayor Khan wasn't invited to the state banquet because he didn't want him there. Is that the reason?
Listen,
Mayor of London
I've just told you about my diary for the last 10 days. I've been out there doing everything I can. The last thing in the world that I've been doing is figuring out the invitation list to the state banquet.